Happy to see you again. In this podcast, language becomes power, and power becomes purpose. Yes, mastery, even if your English teacher once said, your grammar is fighting for its life. In every generation, a small group rise above the noise. Not because they were born with talent, but because they chose mastery. Mastery, my friend. If you're not hungry, please pretend. It makes the podcast feel appreciated. Welcome to the Elite English Learners Podcast, the home of those who refuse to stay ordinary. Because ordinary people say a communication. Here we say it with chest, accent, confidence, and unnecessary hand movements. Here, we don't just study English. We weaponize it. We turn words into confidence, language into leadership, and discipline into destiny. Destiny is not ready for you. Destiny is somewhere in the corner doing warm-ups like, please, don't make them pronounce me again. This is not a classroom. This is training. A place where your mind sharpens, your voice strengthens, and your future is built, brick by brick. Brick by brick. Not cement by cement, because we ran out of budget. This podcast is built on pure ambition and 3 hours of sleep. If you are hungry for English mastery, if you want leadership that stands under pressure, if you want self-development with real results, and self-mastery that makes you unshakable, you're in the right place. If you are not hungry, please go eat first. We don't teach English to starving warriors. Here, we blend English language with ancient wisdom, modern strategy, stoic principles with practical tools, evidence-based insights with real human stories. This is basically a buffet, but instead of food, we serve life upgrades. Because strong communication isn't just a skill. It's the foundation of a stronger life. And also the foundation of not panicking. When someone says, "Tell me about yourself," and your brain suddenly forgets you exist. So take a breath. Stand taller. Get ready to grow linguistically, grammarly, mentally, professionally, personally. Yes, all 5 at once. This podcast is basically a spiritual gym membership. This is your moment. Your training ground. Your advantage. Once again, you are welcomed. Welcomed with all the love, all the laughter. And if no one told you today, your English is already improving just by listening. And your future self is somewhere smiling like, finally, we're getting our life together. We can do it. Even your grammar believes in US. Today's episode is titled, Microphone # Calm Strength and Presence, the Art of Being Unbothered. To stay unshakable when everything around you goes sideways. Let's be honest. The world today feels like a toddler running with scissors. Chaotic, unpredictable, and somehow still screaming about something. Leaders, real leaders, need more than intelligence. More than motivation. More than confidence. They need presence. Authority. Calm strength. The kind of energy that enters a room and everything settles. Like the Wi-Fi suddenly started working again. Today, we're talking about how to build that. This is not philosophy for monks in caves. This is practical, evidence-backed, stoic, real-life tested leadership development. Sprinkled with humor, wild stories, and a few emotional gut punches, because your brain learns faster when you're laughing. Fire Part 1, Presence, the power you carry without saying a word. Presence is not about being loud. Presence is about being felt. Neuroscience shows that humans subconsciously read facial cues, muscle tension, posture, and tone 30 to 40 times faster than words. That means people judge you before you speak. Headphone Wild Story Number 1, The Elevator of Destiny. I once stepped into an elevator where a guy looked so calm and grounded. I literally assumed he was the CEO. Turns out, He was the repair technician. But the way he stood, still, relaxed, balanced, made everyone else straighten up like school kids. Presence is contagious. And so is chaos. Presence principle. Your nervous system teaches other people how to treat you. If you're calm, others relax. If you're frantic, others tighten. Leadership begins in physiology. Practical ways to build instant presence. Have a checkmark slow your movements by 10%. Have a checkmark hold pauses for 1 extra second. Have a checkmark speak 5 not louder. Have a checkmark when you enter a room, breathe down not up. Have a checkmark keep your shoulders relaxed, tension destroys authority. Modern research calls this autonomic resonance, people sync to your energy. Ancient Stoics simply called it, master yourself. Fire Part 2, Authority, speak less, mean more. Authority isn't dominance. Authority is clarity. It's the ability to say things simply and have people listen. Headphone Wild Story Number 2, My Uncle and the Chicken Negotiation. My uncle once bought a chicken from a local market. The seller tried to overcharge him. My uncle didn't argue. He just stared at the man with the stare of 1,000 African ancestors. The seller immediately dropped the price by 40%. That moment taught me. Authority is the art of the calm, confident pause. The leadership formula for authority. Short sentences beat long explanations. Ask questions instead of forcing answers. Say what you mean and stop talking. Humans trust people who are concise, not loud. The brain sees concise speech as competence. Fire Part 3, A calm strength, steady when it matters most. Strength isn't aggression. Strength is composure under fire. Psychology research shows that during stress, 90% of people react. Only 10% respond. Reacting is biological. Responding is leadership. Headphone Wild Story Number 3, The Day the Goat Attacked Me. Long story short. I was chased by a goat. A small goat. A cute goat. But a goat with PhD-level anger issues. Everyone else ran. I froze, and breathed, and suddenly realized. The goat wasn't charging at me. It was charging at the plastic bag I was holding. One slow step. One calm breath. Crisis over. Leadership is exactly that. Seeing clearly while everyone else panics. How to build calm strength daily. Have a checkmark practice response delay, wait 3 to 5 seconds before replying. Have a checkmark reduce your emotional vocabulary, NA. Have a checkmark train your attention, one thing at a time. Have a checkmark used micro meditations, 20 to 30 seconds. Have a checkmark set internal rules, I don't shout. I don't rush. I don't fold. Calm strength is not natural. It is trained. Fire Part 4, The Stoic Leadership Trifecta. To lead in an unpredictable world, build this triangle. 1. Presence calm body. 2. Authority clear voice. 3. Strength steady mind. When these three align, you become unshakable. Not because life is easy, but because you stop depending on life to be stable. That is the essence of Stoic power. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Fire Part 5, The Emotional Gut Punch, Who You Become Matters. You don't develop presence to impress people. You develop presence so you don't betray yourself. You don't build authority to control others. You build authority so your truth is strong enough to stand on its own. You don't cultivate calm strength so life becomes softer. You cultivate it because you deserve to walk through chaos without losing yourself. This world will remain unpredictable. But you? You can become unshakable. Microphone #OUTRO, final message to the listener. The world respects the person who is steady when everything else shakes. The one who listens deeply, speaks clearly, moves calmly, and carries that quiet fire inside them. You don't need to shout to be powerful. You don't need to dominate to be respected. You don't need to fight every battle to win the war. Develop presence. Grow authority. Lead with calm strength. Because in an unpredictable world, the most powerful person is the one who cannot be moved.